Hi, in last lecture we learned about binary search tree traversal, and in that lecture we learned what is in-order traversal. In in-order, the order of visiting nodes is something like this: the left child, then the node, and the right child. In today's lecture we will be learning another traversal, and that traversal is pre-order traversal. In pre-order traversal, order of visiting nodes is: first you visit the node itself, then its left child, and then its right child. For example, the pre-order traversal of this tree will be: in this traversal, if you see, we visited the root node first, and then we visited the left subtree of that root, and then right subtree of that root. Now when we go to the left subtree, the root of left subtree is 20, and then we visit the left subtree of 20 and right subtree of 20. Similarly, when we go on to the right hand side, the root of the right hand subtree is 37. We visit the left subtree of 37 and right subtree of 37. This clarifies that the order of traversal of nodes in pre-order is the root node first, the left child next, and at last the right child. Now let's see the implementation of pre-order. So whatever we are doing onto the root, we need to do it at the subtree also. So it is again a recursive implementation. So this is the implementation of pre-order traversal of a binary search tree. Now let's see how it executes. So when we first call this function, we will be calling it by passing pre-order node 30 as our parameter. So the root value will be node 30. It will check whether root is null. In this case, it will not be null. So the first step it does is it prints the node. So the output will be 30. Now what it does, it goes to this step where it again calls the preorder, the same function, with the left child of root. In this case, what is the left child of root? It is 20. Without executing this step, we'll go back to the initial call of the function, but now the root will change to 20. Is root null now? No, it is not. So we'll again print root 20 and the output will become 20. Now the next step, this will be executed. Again preorder function will be called with root's left child, and the root left child now is 10. Now preorder will be called with node 10. Is root null? No. So we'll print node 10 and go down at this step where we will call preorder traversal with left child of 10. So the left child of 10 is null. Preorder will be called with null as parameter. Now we come here. Is root null now? Yes. So we'll do nothing but we'll return from this step and we will come here. Now still root is 10 only. The root's right is passed on to the preorder. So again preorder traversal will be called with null pointer. Now the preorder is called with root's right, and now root is 10 and root's right is, if you see, it is null. So the preorder will be called with null. When we come here, root will be null and will return from the preorder invocation, this invocation of preorder, and will go out of the function. Since we have come out of the function, where should we start the next execution? Because this is a recursive call. We entered into the pre-order traversal of root's left, that is 10, at this step. At that time root was 20. So the next step for 20 will be executed as pre-order traversal of root's right, and that in that we'll be passing not 20, not 10 but 22. Again we go on to the start of the function where root is not null, so we'll not return. We will print the node, that is 22. We come down and call the pre-order. Sorry, before that our pre-order 22 will be called, and at this point we will be calling pre-order null with left child of 22, that is null. We go back to this function. Now the root is null, we will return, and we will come to this function call. Again preorder root's right that is 22's right is nothing but null. We go up, we'll return from this function because root will be null, and we'll go out of this function. Now, when was call to 20 was done? It was just after node 30. At this step, because this was the invocation of pre-order for 20, so we'll end up at this. Now root's value is 30 and root's right child is 37, so the pre-order invocation will be with 37. Again we'll go down to this function. Is root null? No. So we'll print that node onto the output and do the pre-order traversal on that root's left, and now the root is 37. What is the left child of 37? It is 35. So the pre-order will be called on 35. Again we will return to the function call. Is root null now? No, it is not. So we'll print the node 35 and invoke the pre-order with roots left, and that is null. So the pre-order will be invoked with null as parameter. We go to the execution of the function. Now the root is null, we'll return back. So once we return back, we will execute this function, that is pre-order roots right. Now root is 35. What is the roots right? It is null. So the invocation will be pre-order null. When we execute this function, the first step or the first condition will be true and we will return from the function, and we move down. When was the invocation of pre-order to 35? Because the root was 35. When was the pre-order of 35 happened? After root 37. So we will go to root 37. Now root becomes 37 and we will be here. So what is the pre-order? Roots right, that is pre-order of node 40. So the call will be pre-order with 40. We come down. Is root left a root null? No, it is not. So we'll print the node, that is 40, and invoke pre-order with roots left, that is 40 is left. What is 40 is left? It is null. So pre-order will be called with null. So we will again call this function, root will be null, so we'll return and we will execute this step afterwards. So what is this step? This is pre-order traversal of root. Now root is 40, so 40 is right. What is 40 is right? It is null, so the invocation will be pre-order null again. And if we see the root is null, so we'll return from this function and exit this function. When was pre-order 37 called? Pre-order 37 was called from pre-order 30. Now since we have already executed this step for 30, so we'll exit from this function. So this is the execution of pre-order traversal of a tree. Hope this helped you to understand the recursive implementation of pre-order traversal. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your time and thank you very much for watching.